Yeah, I said, come walk with me. Save your toes and feet. Cause when you walk with me,
Power on.
you can
Smooth to
eat
smooth.
the food you want to eat. I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. I said I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. Cause if I stop walking, y'all, they'll cut me up until I'm just a nose. Great rod is it, y'all? Great rod is it? Get your chair, get your weights, get your mats, line up if you're walking wall to wall. Ha ha ha! Great rod is it? Guess what bloomed over the weekend? Ha ha ha! Cherry blossom. Cherry blossom time, y'all. Great why is it? Thanks for coming on the walk. Let's get this walk started. Yeah, the cherry blossom showed up. How happy am I? Oh yes, my cherry blossom bloomed already. You know, I spent the whole weekend. My sister asked my niece to uh, to give me a link. My sister wanted my niece to help me, but how could I tell you? I blame it on the Colts. Um, I was a product of my father, of course, my father and mother, and they were the product. They weren't married, and they're the product of my mother, my stepmother, and father, and they were married. So they are the product of a union, which makes their kids, uh, in cult world, over those who are considered quote unquote bastards, like me, unmarried couples. Like I told you a long time ago, I want the best, the world, and everything for that first woman that said, my baby daddy. Because they used to call us bastards. But she said, my baby daddy. So, I never really had a relationship, um, really close knit relationship. Um, that when my nieces and nephews were born, it almost seemed like my father and stepmother was saying, like, you got a kid, your marriage didn't work. Our kids are just starting out getting married and stuff. Why don't you just stay away? Or, you know, especially my father, when I go over there, he would make sure to throw out the insults. I was like, whew, I ain't traveling all the way over here to get insulted. I can stay at home. Call me and insult me. So, um, never had a relationship. I was never invited to a uh, first year birthday party, 5-year birthday party, um, or anything like that. Even if it was born, I didn't get a notice saying you got a niece. Nothing. Um, None of my nieces and nephews. None of them. So I don't know about the first year birthday cards for them. Now that's on my father's side. I told y'all on my mother's side, my sisters and them, they have no recall. They probably have it now because you hit a certain age, you can tell yourself, I don't remember when I was a child. Bullshit. Clear as a bell. But they said then, it was in their 20s, 30s, 40s. Uh, they had no recall about their childhood, and that included me. So they treated me more like uh, a best Judy. So on that side, my nieces and nephews think that I'm just another one of their mother's best Judy. Now you say, Vicki, how do you think that? When your sister went away for drug rehab, you stayed with the kids and take care of them. Don't they know that only blood could do that? No, they don't. To this day, they don't know. They still think I'm their mother's good Judy. So, I have no relationship with them. Like, I would say we had a regiment in the summertime going to the library. When I wasn't working, I taught them how to swim. I would take them places and do things like that. But anytime a friend came and said, well, I want to keep, my niece's name's May. I want to keep Tremaine because we're going to dig in noses and sit on the porch. And I said to my sister, no, Dory, we got plans. We're going to go to the beach. I'm still working on teaching them how to swim. And they say, no, my friend really wants them to sit on a porch and pick their nose. And they'd be gone. We would do library time. I was teaching them to read. Like I said, my daughter knows how to read and write her name. And when she got into public school, by the time she hit the 3rd grade, they had completely wiped that out. But I continued to buy her books and continued to read to her. But they continue to try to wipe that slate clean, honey. Whew. Oh. So I don't have a relationship with, on my mother's side, I have, I think, 3 nephews and 2 nieces. And then on my father's side, what I know of, I only know my sister's 2 children and my brother's 1 child. I have a brother who has maybe 2, maybe 3, could be 4 kids. I have no idea. I have a sister. They're both in Georgia. The one that I said I have no idea how many kids he has, he's in Georgia. And then my other sister, who's right underneath me, I knew she had 1 son, and I went to see him once, and they acted like me touching him would do something to him. So I was like, well, I'm going right there. So I knew she had another one, and then she got married, didn't get invited, and then she had some more, and that's it. So when I was going for the copyright, because I mean, Ron did something to that song, y'all wait till y'all hear it. We're going to be like this in the morning. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to start to walk like this. Finger snapping walk. Yeah, meet the world with a smile walk. I can't wait. But y'all, I sit at that computer. And I went under that copyright. And I listened to all those videos. And I pushed all those buttons. And I found nothing. I couldn't get to the application. Everything tells you about the application, but I couldn't even find that application. So I said, okay. It's Saturday morning. I said, okay. I tried to do CD Baby. Email wasn't working. So I said, okay. You quit now. You come back Saturday evening. So I came back Saturday evening. I went to copyright. I listened to some more videos, took pictures with my cameras, followed it around. It never get to the application. So I said, okay, leave that alone. Go back to CD Baby. So I go back to CD Baby. Nothing's going through. So I said, okay, got an extra email I put to the side. I said, Just go in the next day and try that email. Because it kept saying emails and some of them emails. Some of them were, oh, there's a lot, y'all. I can't even tell you. So, the next morning, I sit down and I try again. And I got my pictures from my videos that I'm following and everything. And ain't nothing meeting up on that website. Nothing the videos tell me and what I'm looking for. They tell me registration thing, and the other one is telling me it's a porthole, and and I'm just clicking and getting lost and going down the rabbit hole. And I'm sitting there literally with tears in my eyes. I am so frustrated. And I said, okay, give that up. Pull up that new email and go back over to CD Baby. Nothing. It kept saying it was processing. So I let it wait an hour. Then I come out and try to go back in. And everything was wrong. The password was mentioned. The face was mentioned. This wasn't mentioned. So I said, you know what? A little bit of savings I got scraped together. I can't think anything better for this to go to. I mean, whew. So with tears in my eyes, I sent a text off to Ron. I said, can you please copyright this song and for me and put it up on CD Baby for me and just send me an invoice and I'll send you the money. I couldn't do no. 2 days. Total frustration. I couldn't. Now, in the process, I found this excellent graphic designer named Rashad. And he used to be part of a rap group. So he knew all about CD Babies and stuff like that and copyright. So I said, but let me go through Ron first because it's his music. He does have a company that does that. So just let me go through him first. But he got international tours planned. I mean, when you hear that song, the man, listen. Now when I think of guitar, I see Ron's face. That man and his guitar, is the word synonymous? Just brilliant. He's fabulous. He's amazing. He's phenomenal. And so I want to register for him. I don't want nobody taking it, the collaboration. I don't want anyone just to take it. I just thought I'm grateful to the universe. The universe always gives you more and greater than what you ask for. I just figure I get a little strummy thing, some strummy guy or some strummy girl, and I pay them and they do some strumming behind me on the song and we all good. But no. It's absolutely finger snapping good. As soon as you hear it, this is what you feel. You talking about walking, you can say, wait a minute, I ain't snapped my fingers in years. Every morning, you gonna have a finger snapping morning when you hear that song. Oh. But now I have to hope that Ron can do it before he starts his European tour. But all is not lost. I'll have to ask Rashid and then pay him. But 2 days of being frustrated and I'm too old. Couldn't do it. All the videos, everything. I got all these snapshots that I took from the computer on my phone so I can look at it, so I can follow exactly, go here, nothing matching up. I was like, whew, I just don't know. So I didn't get a chance to look at number 49139161, our count of indictments. I was going to record that, but I did make steps to do it. I'm going to print it out. Uh, well, I'm roller skating today, so recording won't happen till probably Wednesday or Thursday. And then, that's why I want this a whole weekend I lost. I lost a whole 2 days. Oh, going back, going back to my niece. So I just told my sister to send it to me. I didn't want them to think, none of them. I don't want them to say, well, you want to be an aunt now? Where was you all this time? I don't want to have to explain the story. I was here all the time. But I'm the bastard. And your mother and them were the product of a marriage. And as your grandparents, they thought it was better that we stay as separated as possible. I spoke to them all the time. Never said, we're going to the birthday party, we got to buy a gift, your niece's birthday is. Nothing. I remember the last time when my stepmother was alive, I said I was coming over. And I said it would be great, because Sharon's in Georgia. I was like, oh, it's Denise over there. She said, oh yeah, I'll call Denise and her and the girls come over. And I remember they came over. She sat down. They sat around her. We said hi. And they saw her cousins. And I've gone too far. That was it. Hey, y'all. Let's take a bathroom break and get some water. It's just our pace. If I stop walking, y'all, the king gonna trip me up. Yeah, come walk with me. Save your feet and toes. Yeah, I said come walk with me. Save your feet and toes. 'Cause if I stop walking, y'all, they'll cut me up until I'm just a nose. Yeah, come walk with me and save your toes and feet. Yeah, I said come walk with me. Save your toes and feet. 'Cause when you walk with me, you can eat the food you want to eat. I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. I said I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. 'Cause if I stop walking, y'all, they'll cut me up until I'm just a nose. And we're back. See? So, I imagine my niece could probably help me, but she don't let me from hole in the wall. And she don't need a now. They're in their 30s. Trust me, they don't need an aunt now. They got aunts. So, I was like, and I was so stupid, couldn't find my way around the copyright, so I was like, thank goodness I asked my sister to just send me the link, because for aunts you don't know, the first thing I don't want to look like is a complete nincompoop, and I would look like a complete nincompoop. So, we got a song. I don't want to release it till it's secured, because Ron is a professional. He did such a good job. If it was just old lady me and some old man guitarist that just used to practice at home and he knows a little bit of jazz, but I didn't. I got a world-renowned guitar player, and I got to treat his music, even though it's my song, I got to treat it with respect. And that respect is copyrighting it. So, that's the delay of the song, but it is finger snapping good. Oh, Feels so good in the morning. Oh, whew. So yeah, it's like when they used to do those found things when the adopted child finally finds a mother, and they have to make it clear that we're just starting. I'm trying to see. We're just starting from where we are. You know, I'm in my 60s, they're in their 30s. Ain't been an aunt all these years. But I didn't know anything about y'all. y'all a product of a marriage. And though my daughter is a product of a marriage, I'm not. So in cult world, the children take on the sins of the parents in the cult world. And my stepmother came from the Christian cult, and my father was in the Muslim cult. So both cults booted me out. Bastard, get out. So I don't know them. I don't. So I'm just going to go ahead and hope Ron has the time. And if not, if I can afford Rashid. But that's where the song is. It's all done. It's brilliant. It's enjoyable. It's entertaining. It is finger snapping good. What a road, huh? So that's why I didn't get to do the indictment, read the indictment, so we could listen to it. I was even getting ready to pack up the computer and bring it downstairs, and I was like, girl, you ain't got nothing for them to listen to off that computer? I was like, oh, yeah. My whole 2 days was ruined with me trying to do something that I just couldn't do. I don't know what I was doing wrong on CD, baby. And I ain't find that application in the copyright website yet. And I listened to the videos that got so confusing. I went down rabbit holes. Oh, thinking I'm talking about for music, and I'm looking at something for visual arts, if not something, and I'm listening to videos, I'm like, oh, I don't think that applies to me. I don't think that. And then something said, girl, all the clothes in the world ain't gonna stop old. Ain't gonna cover up old or cover over old. So take the little change you got left and work it out with Ron, get it copyright and put on CD baby. And then it's done. And then it's complete. And that'll be my morning walking song. Got to worry about making up one, trying to get one. Even though Ron said when I put on CD baby and I'll play it, YouTube will strike me, even if it's my own song, but YouTube strike me now for my own shit. So it makes no difference. I'm used to it. So I tell you, whew. And all I was like, oh, if I had a grandchild, I'll tell you something. Oh, my daughter does not have any children, and I thought that would be really hard for me to deal with. But I looked at her, and a smile broke out on my face. I totally understood. Yes, I did. I totally understood. She was raised by a single mother who had to scratch, fight, deal with all these men, and just for us to survive and go on, to get her through college. It was just a fight and a struggle. in this here penitentiary penal colony calling itself a nation. No. I remember when I tried living in New York, trying to find places to live. They had it so red zone, and Donald and all his crew, his daddy and everybody had it so near that you could only move to specific places. You couldn't get in. Can't even tell you. I could not even tell you. They call it redlining. So that's why she would stay with her dad too, because I couldn't take her so we could move out of a redlining area to a decent area where food is decent, because in redlining areas, that's where all the bad meat go. If you go to say a middle class, upper middle class neighborhood and buy a bag of potato chips and come to the hood and buy a bag of potato chips, it's saltier. There's more salt in it. If you buy a cake in a middle class, upper class neighborhood, and you buy one in the ghetto, there's more sugar in the ghetto, in the red line areas. So that's where they dump stuff. We were the dumping grounds. The meat, you know, like when you cut up, you know, oh, okay, literally a cow. Okay, this all this good meat go to, and all this fat, and all this gristle, and all this poisonous stuff that we probably should throw in the garbage. We're going to send it to the red line. So, you don't get promoted on jobs. You don't. Only in the union are the wages fair, because the union is over it. But not in the union. You can be sitting next to a white person doing the same thing they're doing, and your money is less. And they tell you constantly, do not share your salaries. But one can find out. Look, one can find out. So, and we always had to struggle, different babysitters. Y'all got daycares now. Didn't have daycares then. And we did have daycares, but they were so few and far in between. That's why I support daycares to this day. Go on my page. I support daycares. My life would have been totally different had I had daycares like that day. I could work 4 to 12. These daycares stay open to 12. And if my child had to stay over, she could spend the night over. And I could have stayed and made my money. And I didn't have to leave the job because you want me to do the third shift overnight. I got a little child, I can't do that. Food stamps, welfare office, just not, like you just can't get ahead. Just trying to raise your kid. You ain't bothering nobody. You're a good, decent person. But, nope. All these, you black, you're going to be late. You're going to be this. You're going to be dumb. It's going to be hard for you to learn. All that. But you're going to be violent. You probably steal. You probably rob. Because that's what's always on the news. All the time. Even now, on one of my true crimes, they know that man killed his wife. But he said a black man did it. And he gave him a sketch. And that stopped the investigation. They stopped the investigation. because they couldn't go and throw African American men up or black men up against the wall like the old days. So it slowed the investigation. Then they found the guy in the picture, and he had been a burglar in the neighborhood, but as he said, I burgle, I don't kill. He said, I burgle, I don't kill. And besides that, I was in jail at the time. But that man knew what to say to totally slow down, if not stop. He murdered his wife, gave that composite of African American man, and 2 years. They held it up, investigating, trying to find this black man. Found out he was in jail the whole time. Man had killed his wife, then remarried, had kids and everything. But I said, look at that. He knew how to stop the whole investigation. All he had to say was, it was a black man. I can't even tell y'all how sick I am of that bullshit. I am so sick of it. Tuck in your elbow. Let's do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, we moved up to 8 pounds. Bend your elbow. Squeeze your gut, neither up nor down. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And good luck. Whew. Yeah. So I'm sick of it. And I know, like my Facebook friends, because I have friends from all walks of life. And those who know me, know me. Those who kids I've mentored, those who grown people who I've mentored, just my work. As my grandmother always said, let your work on this earth speak to you, for you. And the good works that I do on this earth speaks to me, speaks for me in volumes. But this energy inside is so sick of this racist shit. To calm it down, I have to make myself into a fireball and roll back and forth like a map of the United States. And as a fireball, I just roll back and forth. Roll back and forth. And I roll up and down, burn everything in my wake. And then it works. And my energy settles down. Because I'm so sick of this. America said, fuck me, when they put Donald Trump in office. And then America said, fuck me again when they trying to put him back in. And I'm too old to burn this bitch down. I can't even go through a copyright thing. So you know I'm too old to do anything. But my energy, I make it into a fireball and roll it back forth across America. Ooh, can't stand this racist. At 65, racism. At 65, it really gets to be too damn much. Thanks for coming on the walk. Like, comment, share, tell uncle, tell auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend. Subscribe. Thank you, subscribers. Thank you, Facebook friends. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.